Hey, friend, God says that He wants you to get to a place that you trust Him so implicitly, so without end, because He has proven Himself to you over and over again, that if He tells you to jump, you're gonna, without hesitation, just ask how far, how wide, and you're gonna jump. And He said, think about how a coach proves their trustworthiness to that person that they are coaching, to that person that they are training. And that they also prove that they care about that person and their needs. They don't push them past their limit, but they do push them to the point that they know that they can achieve it. That oftentimes the coach sees things that that person doesn't even see. And God is telling you that He knows that this thing looks way too big, way too high for you. And fear has begun to pound in your chest. But He's like, if you would only remember and walk back through your history with me, I'll remind you of all the things that seemed beyond impossible. And yet, when you obeyed me, you were able, with my power, my might, my spirit, to jump over them, to hurdle over them. He says, you are capable. You are up to the challenge. That you do have what it takes to catapult over this thing, to vault over this thing. That He wouldn't be telling you to do it if He knew you couldn't do it. He loves you, friend. He has your good interest in mind. And He says, one day, when you get over this thing, when you've jumped over this thing, you're going to be so very glad that you listened to Him and not the voice of insecurity, doubt, fear, or any other voice that rose up against, that you only chose to listen to the voice of your coach, God Himself. That He does love you. And He says also, He wants you to know that your story has so much bigger impact than you can even imagine right now. Because you being brave, you choosing to jump that hurdle, vault over that thing, catapult, it's gonna be the spark of hope in other people's hearts. Because they're gonna see your story and they're gonna be like, wow, if they can do that, then maybe with God's help, I can too. Friend, your story, it is so big, so wide, what God wants to do in and through you. He wants you to be a catalyst of change. He says, don't worry about what anybody else says about you, what they're thinking, what the naysayers are saying. That He forever and always saw the greatness inside of you. And one day, they will too. But you just keep looking at your coach. You just keep doing what He's asking you to do. And one day you are going to be just crying with tears of joy streaming down your face. You're going to be so very glad that you listened and you jumped that seemingly impossible hurdle. You vaulted over that thing that seemed like you couldn't. That's just it kept going through your mind. But then you chose to listen to the voice of your coach and you did it. And God, He's going to be the cheering the loudest when you do this thing. And then when you see the change that it brings to so many other lives, you're going to marvel, friend, at the goodness of God and how He let you be a part of this amazing, wonderful thing that He's doing on this earth. I love you, friend. I cannot wait to hear all about it. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.